Happy Monday and welcome to your most favorite Beyond Meat series on the whole internet here on Wolf of Dubai, where we talking Beyond Meat Mondays, all the topics of the whole week for Beyond Meat and beyond, of course. And today we will obviously talk about the preparation of Impossible Foods, one of the biggest competitors to Beyond Meat for their IPO. They want to raise around 3 to 400 million US dollars on a valuation of 2 to 3 billion dollars. This is our main topic, but we have so many others, so therefore enjoy the show. Okay, let me run you real quick through what we will talk about here on Beyond Meat Mondays today. And obviously, we will talk about my very personal Beyond Meat hamburger patties review. Therefore, we will talk about also the CNBC CEO interview that just happened a couple of days ago with Jim Cramers and Ethan Brown, the CEO of Beyond Meat. Also, we will talk about the Starbucks update. As you might know, Beyond Meat is now available in all Starbucks or very many Starbucks branches in Canada in their breakfast menu. And obviously we will talk about the next products of Beyond Meat, which is a major milestone and stepping stone for the future of Beyond Meat. We will talk about the Witherspoon new Beyond Meat chain that adopted Beyond Meat products in the UK. Also, we will talk about, and this will be our main topic or one of our main topics, the Impossible Food IPO, and also the Beyond Meat stock, how it went in all this market pressure. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Obviously, when investing into a company, you should look for the product and test it or see what other clients love about this product. And obviously, these are not such an expensive product. I bought 2 hamburger patties to try them out for about $10, and I prepared them as per recipe, so 3 minutes on each side. And then I tried it in hamburger patty with tomatoes and cheese and a little bit of mayonnaise. And I tried this same with the Australian Wagyu hamburger patty, so real meat, and made the one-to-one, apple-to-apple comparison. And I have to say, first of all, the very first impression was that this tastes really good. Now this really tastes so good that I ordered 3 more packs because I really liked it. I like the consistency of this product, I like the color, I like how it really looks like meat. The taste is really exceptional. And then I tried the real Wagyu beef, and I have to tell you that the Beyond Meat unexpectedly was way better than original meat. In terms of taste, the real meat was almost tasteless. I mean, to be fair, maybe I tried the wrong one, but I really looked for premium meat out there to make the apple-to-apple comparison. And also what was very interesting, the price. So there was not much price difference. The Beyond Meat patties around $10 versus the real meat Wagyu beef patties, 2 pieces, for about $7. So you see a little bit of premium for the Beyond Meat, but this maybe comes also because I have to order it at the special shop which specialized for organic food and vegan food, and this might, give me less options in the bigger supermarket chains. They're not available. I can imagine if this is available into bigger supermarket chains here around this region and other region, then I think then this can really take off, and therefore, this is a big plus for my investment into Beyond Meat, and therefore I can just recommend try those out because they are even beating, in my case, the expectation and are tasting better than real premium meat. Well, not unsuspected, we see a CEO of Beyond Meat on CNBC after the earnings. Now, the earnings was just a couple of days ago. We talked about it in one of my vlogs here on this channel, and this was also one of my points to move me into the investor space of Beyond Meat. And he, the founder and CEO, Ethan Brown, actually met with Jim Cramer, and obviously he talked about really his vision, which is to scale. They want to open a production facility in Asia, though there will be the virus problems and pressure on the market. Still, he's looking out to produce. I suspect that they want to, just scale and keep on scaling, because this is one of the most important parts for companies like Beyond Meat. We have seen like the competition, Impossible Food couldn't cater clients, potential clients like McDonald's, because they didn't have the capacity, and Beyond Meat had. So you see, this is very important for these new companies to have enough capacity to cater a lot of people and clients. Now, other than that, he also introduced a small new product, the sausages, which will launched in a couple of days and weeks. And also, Jim Cramer tried it and he said like it was amazing. And also, he's saying that the future will be the bacon and the steak, like everything artificial meat and beyond, how the name is saying. And therefore, I can be very, very surprised and very, very curious about what will come there in the next couple of months. Definitely we will know about it here on this channel. We just started to sell at Starbucks. Now, Beyond Meat is trying out its new, with Starbucks together, developed burger patty in a breakfast menu. And apparently, obviously, I looked into it and looked for reviews. I looked for sold numbers of pieces, how the people like it, how they experience it. And there are really, really lots and lots of positive feedback that, it's super tasty. It's super interesting because it's, available throughout many Starbucks Canada branches already. And people don't have so much vegan options out there. And therefore, before doing something at home, they can now enjoy Beyond Meat also outside, which is fantastic because Starbucks has obviously such a reach, and it can be such a great client for Beyond Meat in the future. So it's important for Beyond Meat investors to know what comes next. Now we have chicken, we have beef, we have sausages, and we have ground beef, and so on and so forth. But what is the next big thing? Now, of course, we have seen Impossible Food going into the pork section of meat, which they developed. So I think, Beyond Meat should go in this direction as well. But two big things that Beyond Meat is already working on is the steak. Obviously, the steak is one of the biggest and most sold meat products out there, and it would be beautiful to just have a super tasty alternative to the real steak, to the real deal, the equivalent for vegans, for people that think about our environment, and for people that just want to taste the same quality over and over and over. I just had the case that one of my friends took a burger in a very fancy place, but still got food poisoning because, maybe the preparation, maybe the meat itself, maybe the maintenance of the meat, how it was stored, how it was prepared. So we don't know, but in artificial meat, this can not happen that badly sometimes like it is for real meat, and therefore I think it's a huge market. That's why I believe that this stock is really so potential. Also, I would like to know how about the other products will sell. So we are talking about the steak here, and the other big product that Beyond Meat is already working on, but they said it's so hard, which is the bacon. Now, bacon is the fat of the animal and is actually really having a nice consistency and really a special taste, and it's changing its consistency while you burning it. And I believe that that's why it's so hard to really copy this product. But once copied, it's just an improvement over time. And I think this is one of the best selling products after the steak that is really beloved by people who are out there and who love this special piece of meat. And with another week, another client of Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat just adding every week new clients, new chains, and Witherspoon, one UK brand that is, catering this kind of food, is adding Beyond Meat, and this is fantastic because now we see it's going international. After US and Canada, we now see more and more adoption in Europe as well, and we know from the example of Netflix that once a company is going international with a new product, this can really help the company grow so much. And that's why it's important that they building product facilities in Europe, Asia to cater these markets more easily than shipping it all from the US. So we know that the competition for Beyond Meat will not be easy. Now, on the one side, I have to tell you that, of course, these are concerns for an investor. Hey, how is the competition? Now, big companies like Nestle, Tiger Foods, all coming into the market. On the other side, let me tell you, to copy a product, it's not easy. Like Facebook tried it with Snapchat, other car companies tried it with Tesla, and still both companies, Tesla and Snapchat, is doing it very, very, very well. So therefore, it's not so easy to copy products like that, and therefore I'm a little bit relaxed. But the competition is not sleeping, obviously, and it was for a long time that the CEO of Impossible Foods actually said that the IPO for Impossible Foods, the biggest and most comparable competitor for Beyond Meat, is coming to the IPO, to the public market. But this, as per their CEO, was very long time. But now new rumors are getting loud that actually they are talking about with potential investors already saying that Beyond Meat is getting competition on the stock market, and they want to raise about $300 to $400 million to get the valuation of around $2-3 billion. Now, on the comparison, Beyond Meat has a valuation of 5-6, so triple that of Impossible Food. I'm very curious when the first S1 fillings will come out for Impossible Foods to see how much revenue they do, how much profit loss they are doing. As we know, Beyond Meat is an on-off profitable company already and has a great balance sheet, and therefore I'm super important, and this can either give the stock of Beyond Meat a push or a pullback, obviously depending on the transparency of Impossible Food, when it's the time and when they will rise their money on the stock market. I'm very, very curious and to see how this further will develop over the next couple of weeks. The Beyond Meat stock had a quite interesting week, and there was one specific factor that I want to stress out here. So we had like a 92 in the beginning of the week, then the climb to 100, a little bit over 100, then went back to 96, 94, 95, back to over 100, then all the way down to 92, $93 per share, and then finally leaving the week with $96. Now, what I saw is that really the stock of Beyond Meat really pushed the plus minus the percentages that quite had a good resistance against the big market sale. And I have seen that once it was under the pressure and hit the levels of 95, 92, 93, it jumped back towards the end of the day. This is what happened, for example, also on Friday. As you can see, it started quite low with 92 and end up actually with 96, a 3.7% difference. And I believe this means that there is a lot of people want to buy this stock, especially on the discounted level, and this is something that we will talk about the next days, how to really act on such a stock market. I definitely bought in, and of course I will update you on all the other developments on next Monday.